Hello, this is Sam from mindFOLDorigami.com, and today I'm going to show you how to fold the squirrel from book 1. This is the most complicated model in the book, and this was created for my daughter Remy. So in step 1 we start with an open square base. So here's one I made earlier, and we're going to fold these edges into the middle. And you will repeat on the other side. Step 2, we've had to fold this white triangle over to the left. Step 3, we're folding these corners so they will meet in the middle. And then unfold it and repeat on the top. Then unfold it all the way back to the square base, like so. Refold this triangle flap over. Step 5, we're folding these corners up to meet this edge. And repeat on the other side. Then we have to unfold it back to step 2. So we're going to unfold this, and unfold this. Refold the two edges back into the middle to get the kite shape. Then we're going to fold on step 6 these two flaps outwards. On step 7, we're going to fold this corner to the middle section. Unfold it, and then we're going to repeat that corner to go into the middle of that square section. Step 9, we're going to collapse this section like a triangle base. So to do that, make this crease, repeat on the other side, and then bring them together. And as you bring together, you'll find it will collapse, and then turn it through 90 degrees. Just flatten it all down to make sure it's nice and flat. Now step 10, we're folding this edge and this edge in towards the middle. I'll repeat on this side. And then open it back up. Step 11, we're going to create a petal fold from in there. So we're going to lift this flap upwards, and then push these two edges to meet into the middle, and continue till you get to the top. And flatten it. Step 12, we're going to make a rabbit ear out of this section here. So just fold that over. Repeat on the other side. And then bring both edges in to make the rabbit there. Okay, step 13 tells us to open it back up, and we're going to open up this middle section, which will become the head, like so. Step 14 is the beginning of the really difficult section for the head. We're basically going to pull the arms and tail backwards, like so. And then we're going to focus purely on this head section. Now in step 15, it tells you to focus on the triangle that is marked in black lines. So we're actually referring to this triangle here. The left side is A, the right side is B. And what we need to do is we have to pinch them together. So what we're going to do is I'm going to push my fingers there, like so, and you're just going to pinch it together. And as you pinch it together, the head will kind of nod, almost like it will come down. So from the side, I'm pinching it downwards like that. Okay. Now, step 16 says we're just going to carry on doing that pinching movement. We're going to start from the bottom now. And what will happen is, as I'm pinching that together, the head starts to kind of collapse in on itself, like so. And step 17 says just carry on doing that all the way to the top. Step 18 says pinch the head together to flatten it. So you're actually pinching these two bits together and it will flatten. And what eventually will happen is that you will get this type of shape appearing on the head. And you're going to repeat the same on the other side. So if you gently, slowly pinch it, it will collapse. And then again, just flatten it to make it nice and neat. Okay, step 19 is an inside reverse fold to create the ears. So all we're going to do there is just bend this bit back on itself and then just pinch it together to form two small ears. Step 20 is an inside reverse fold on this flap here. And repeat on the other side as well. Step 21 says lift this flap value fold there and repeat on the back. Step 22, we're going to fold this edge here so it lines up with this. So, like so. And again, repeat on the back. And this will basically sharpen the head, make it a little bit more refined. Step 23, we're going to fold that corner down so it meets this crease here. And again, repeat on the back. Now, in the book, step 24 is actually incorrectly printed, I'm afraid. And step 24 is incorrect in the book. Step 24, all we're actually doing is folding this down. That's all it is. And again, you're going to repeat on the back. Step 25 is value fold on this line here. And all you're doing is pinching it. And then the other way. And this helps later when you actually round out the head. Step 26 says inside reverse fold along the dotted line. And we're basically tracing a dotted line from this corner here, this point here, to about below that horizontal crease. But the best way to explain it is we're actually folding this edge to meet this edge. So let me just show you it first. So just folding it there. So we're just folding to there. And this is an inside reverse fold. So once you've done that, open it up and do the inside reverse fold. And push it through. And we're going to repeat on the other side as well. And again, inside reverse fold on there. So it's starting to look a little bit more like a squirrel now. Now, step 27 says we're going to fold this point so it reaches this point here. There should be a slight crease there. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to fold that across to there. And we're going to repeat exactly the same on the other side. And once you've done that, you have to inside reverse fold that section that you just done. So you're just going to lift that up and push that through. And then collapse it back down. And repeat on the other side. So lift that part up, push that through on existing creases, and then collapse it back down. Step 29, we're basically doing, we're creasing through the entire model from this point across horizontally. So we're just going to fold that part down, make a crease, and then unfold it. Now step 30 says we're going to open the model here. And what's going to happen is, as I open it, I'm going to push this over, like so. And this point is going to reach, so it's slightly underneath the mouth. So as I'm doing that, I'm pushing it over, the rest of this part, this arm, will kind of collapse down, like so. And I'm going to turn it over and repeat on the other side. So again, we made that horizontal crease there. You basically lift this corner upwards and it will pivot on that existing crease. And as you do, you're going to kind of pull it slightly to the right, and it should hopefully collapse down. So it positions itself just underneath the mouth. Like so. Step 31, we're going to make a crease that kind of runs from there to the point here. And once you've done that, you're going to unfold it. And you're going to repeat on the other side. So from this point to the tip. And then unfold it. Okay. Step 32. Now, step 32 is quite a tricky fold because it's more like a cascading fold where you actually, when you fold this section, this part will follow it. But what the instruction says, it says do a fairly fold along the bottom edge of the arm. Okay. And to do that, I'm going to just push my finger and lift this flap. And see what I'm doing? I'm just pushing it against that existing edge. I'm just pushing against that existing edge. And as I'm doing it, you should notice this corner bit kind of comes up along with it. And that's exactly what you want to happen. As you push that through, this will come along with it. And what should eventually happen is that it will kind of flatten along here. You have to flatten this section out, and it will lay flat. Okay, so let me show you that again. So you did this crease earlier, then you unfolded it, and then you lift this section, run your finger along the under edge of the arm, flatten that bit, and then push that up, and this will flatten out. Quite tricky that part to do when you're first learning. So again, we're going to repeat, lift this flap up, like so. Run your finger along the bottom edge of the arm, all the way down. Flatten that top bit, push that bit down, and as you do that, you're going to push this slightly to the left, and it should collapse down on itself. And again, flatten it. Okay. Step 33 says, tuck the highlighted section underneath the arm. So the highlighted section is this triangle bit here. There's this little flap that you just created. And you're basically just lifting up this pocket of the arm and just pushing that bit in. So it's now underneath the arm. And again, repeat on the other side. So is that flap there? Just turn it back down. Lift up the under section of the arm, and then push that bit inside. Quite tricky to do with tweezers, so I'm just using my fingers. There you go. Step 34, you're pretty much doing exactly the same thing. There's this triangle bit here. You're going to fold it, and then you're going to push it underneath the arm. If you don't want to push it into the arm, you can actually do an inside reverse fold here as well. If you do that, what will happen is that the arms will be outstretched rather than touching. Not much difference, but depends if you like it that way. So again, it's that triangle bit here, fold it, and then push it onto the inside. Okay, step 35, we're now onto the foot, and there's an existing running edge here that runs across. All you're doing is bending that part backwards, and then repeat on the back. Make sure it's nice and flattened. Step 36, you're basically refolding this bit back on itself, and this sets you up for the crimp fold in a minute to define the foot. If you really wanted to, you could just leave it like this if you're being lazy, but if you want it to look a little bit prettier, you can do the crimp fold. Okay, so for step 37, you're going to do the crimp fold. So just unfold this back and just pull this down. And to do the crimp fold, it's basically an inside reverse on top of each other. So you just inside reverse this one first, like so. That's the inside reverse. Then there's another inside reverse going the other direction. And that defines the foot. Again, you can repeat on the back. So lift up this section, do the inside reverse first, and then there's another inside reverse back out. Okay, and we're nearly finished. Now, step 38, we're going to pull the tail back. Now, if you open the back of the model, you should see that there's this diagonal crease here and this one. And you're basically going to bend that backwards on itself. So it's from the middle of the body. Just push that back on the existing crease lines. Pinch them, and it will form the tail, like so. And then you can just flatten it out. Step 39, we're going to just narrow the tail, like so. And repeat on the other side. And we're nearly finished. Last fold is outside reverse on here. So you're going to push this up, make a sharp crease, unfold it, and then you're going to do the outside reverse. So to do the outside reverse, I normally turn it upside down, open up the bottom of it, and just bend it backwards, and just reinforce those two existing creases. And as you close it, it should form the tail. And finally, step 41, you just need to curl the tail. So to curl the tail, just bend it backwards, like so. And I normally use like a back of a pen or a tube and just roll it backwards to get a nice tight curl on the tail. And the final step is to basically, if you just push down on the nose of the squirrel, it will kind of open up the head and round it out a bit, so it looks a little bit more three-dimensional. And that completes your squirrel, and it should stand up. Anyway, thank you very much. Bye bye.